Hello. In today's section, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use PowerPoint to make simple figures and then insert it into a Word document. So I'm going to start the PowerPoint, start a blank PowerPoint. So the first thing you do, which I'll explain the reason why later, is that you need to change the size of the slide. So you go to Design, then you go to Slide, click here, and then you go to Custom Size. And in here, you type in 48 inch, just type in 48, and then 36. And then you say OK, and you click Maximize. And so that's the first step. And the next is you delete all the frames here. Now from here, that you can insert the pictures you want to use for making the figures. So here I'm going to find the three figures I want to insert, and I can select all of them, and I say Insert. Now, so I have three pictures, and you click on one and then to the other. Okay, so the pictures are very small. This is because the template is really big. So now we're going to change to make the picture bigger. To make the picture bigger, you can drag on the corner. And if you drag on the corner, the ratio, the aspect ratio will remain the same. Okay. Now, some of you recognize this is an image of a microscope field. Now, I intentionally made them not equal size because later on we're going to crop this to zoom in on individual bacterias to make it more visible. And so the first thing you do is to make sure everything is on the same scale. Now, we're not talking about absolute scale. In the future, we'll do that. But in this video, we'll only talk about relative scale, meaning that you need to find a common size for all of them. In this case, the field of vision should be the same for every image. So then what you do is to make sure that the same image is that you draw a figure, you go to Insert, you go to Shape, you select a square, and then you draw along this to fit as much as the figure. And now the next thing is you go to the shape fill up here, and then you select no fill. So now you can see the outline, and you can even change one line because this is just to make sure this is go down a little bit. So now it's perfectly fit. So then what you need to do is, so if this is the size that you saw with, and then you want to move this to this here, to make sure it's the same size. So, okay. So if you move, you can see the outline. Um, maybe this fits. Um, so you can also use the arrow key on your keyboard. So this is slightly larger. I want a little bit smaller. And you can also zoom in this case, zoom in so that your relative movement is more manageable. Okay. And okay. So now this circle field, uh, just fill up the same as the other one. So now let's zoom out and move this. Okay, move it here, and then you take this square, you click on the line, you come here, and just see if it fits. Now this is too big, so you have to reduce the size of the picture by holding it here and move it diagonally. Um, okay, all right. So now it's all three are the same size. Um, so so now the three circles are the same size, even though the pictures look different. So this is a lot of hard work. So to prevent me from making mistake, I typically duplicate the slides, and so that I only work on so I have a copy saved, so I can always go back. And so now the next thing is, so we want to um, zoom in one particular area so that we can actually see individual bacteria. And so let's, for example, so then I need to draw, insert another shape, rectangular. This time, let's see, I'm gonna be draw it here. Okay, again, I go to shape fill, and so no fill, the the line, and I want to go to the home. Okay, and so now it's a square there. Um, so I want to then crop this part of the picture. Okay, and so one way to do this is that you can simply um, go to picture format and go to crop, and so now that square went away, but don't worry, when you move this crop line, this square will actually show up. Now, do you see the red line? When I get here, there's a red dash line show up. That's to tell me that's where the square, the edge of the square. And similarly, if I go here, oh, when I come here, you see there's a dashed line. And then you released the mouse. So you go up here. Oh, now you see there's a red dash line, you see? So if I move up here, there's a dash. And then come here, there's a dash. You see, when my come here, there's a dash line. Then I click the outside. So now it's cropped, right? And then I move this to this square here to a place where I think there's a better chance of seeing individual bacteria. So I do the same. I do crop. Uh, I do you click on picture, and then this comment shows up. This tab shows up, picture format. You go to side and set crop. So again, just go in. You see the square that I put it in? When I put there, there's a dash line. So I know that's where the square is. So you can come here. So you see the dash line shows up. And then you come here. So okay, so the dash line shows up. So I come here with okay, the dash line shows here. Then I click outside the picture. So now this is cropped. And then I'm come here to an area where I can see individual, so I can zoom in. I just need to pick the area that's very clear as possible. I think this is as good as I can get. Uh, doing that one, I click and format and crop. And where's the square? Okay, it's here. See, when I get to here, the dash line shows up. And see the dash line. Okay. Similarly, the dash line show up. Okay. Okay. Click outside. So now I have three images cropped. They are relatively the same. And so I want to um, fill the, no, I want to fill the as much space as possible on this. So I drag on the corner. So um, so and they lined up perfectly. Now, in order to illustrate these bacteria, we typically have to label each of the panels. So we call this three panels. So to get to the panel, then I insert text. So I say text box, draw horizontal, click here, I draw a little box, and I type in A. Now it's going to be tiny, it's not visible, so you're going to need to um, change the size to about 72. Now it's visible. And I can make it bold. So you see it's a lot more visible. So I click here and make it small. And so I can move it. Okay. I can also use the arrow to move it. And now to make this seems to be a little bit smaller, then I go to 90. So if I go to click, and if I select 96 to increase a bit more, all right. And then I can also give this word a white background. So I go to text highlight, and this is fill. Go to, so I select white background. I select uh, yellow. No, I select, is there a better color? You can select any color you want, and you can select uh, white. So now it stands out. Now to label the next two, I simply just Control D to duplicate. So now I have two letters duplicated. So I move it here, and you move it here. And then you simply click inside and then type in B and C. And so then it will replace the text. Now, to make sure all three are aligned and horizontally, you use this drag function. So now you go to arrangement, and then you can see there's align. You because this is up and down, you align and align the middle. You see this symbol here? You align middle. Okay, so now it's aligned. And then from here, all you need is to save. Well, in between, and let me go back, and you always save the file, and then you go back and you save as a picture file. So you go here. Wait, uh, I'm going to save as my desktop. I want to save it to my desktop, to my computer, and I want to save it to my download folder, and I'll give it name, uh, making figures. Okay, so that's my file. That's a PowerPoint file. Now, I want to save a picture version of the slide. And so you go to select this JPEG, the picture file, which is this version, JEP filing. That's what the most common picture file format is. And so you click Save. You click Save. Then it'll ask you which slide do you want to save. And I was working on the ones I want to save. So I just say just this one. So that save this one slide. So now I can go to my file folder, and I go to the download folder, and you can see there's a PowerPoint file we just saved, and then you see this file. So now you see when you open the picture, you got all three of them together in one file, one picture. And so this is a file ready to be inserted into a Word document. So we now gonna close this, and we're gonna close this, and we're gonna open a Word document. Um, Assignment. So we're going to open Word document. So now I have opened a Word document. Um, so assign these are the instructions. And so if we want to, so this is gram staining. And so I wanted to insert the picture here for the gram staining. So then what you do simply is go to Insert, go to Picture, this device, and it's in the download folder. And this is the picture you want to insert. Okay, so now the picture is inserted, and so we can start thinking about uh, function as the figure. And so again, you can go to picture format, and when you click on this picture, again, you have the option of crop. In this case, we want to crop again, and I wanted just enough space for this, and crop here. Okay, so now it's cropped. We can also change the size. Remember, you have to click on the corner dot to change it. So now it's smaller and it's just right. And now we I want to arrange so that it could be around the text. So meaning click on this symbol. And so this right now the picture is in line of occupying individual line. If you want to Word to treat as a box so that the text will go around it like this one, you click here. So now you can see the text goes around it. And then you can move freely on this here too. Okay, so now you can be here. So now when you figure, the last step is that you have to give a caption. And so now you go to reference and you see the function says insert caption. Okay, so it says figure one. And so this is, we give a title. So gram staining of of different um, positive and control, view control, and my unknown bacteria. You can edit the figures once even after you typed in. So now this becomes a figure, and so now you want to indicate what panel. So positive control is A, and negative control is B. My unknown is panel C. Okay, so this is how you make a Use PowerPoint to turn pictures that you took and combine them into a figure that could be inserted in Word document and label it with a proper function. Thank you for watching and best of luck.